Press conference of match number 58 of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 that is going to take place tomorrow at the Education City Stadium. Please allow me to welcome Coach ZLATKO Dalic and the team captain Luka Modric. If you would like to ask a question, please raise your hands and wait until we give you the microphone. Translation is available via the FIFA interpretation app.
Dobar dan svima, Marko Varga, Kertel televizija. Dobar dan, Zlatko.
Good afternoon to all. Marko Varga from RTL television. Look, after the last game, you were relieved and you have great burden relief. Now we can go into the next game. How will you face Brazil? What will be the approach? I agree. I think that we did a great thing by going into the quarterfinals. But regardless of that, we would like to do more. We know that the greatest match, maybe the greatest match at the World Cup is ahead of us. Brazil is one of the biggest favorites. They're always favorites, but what they've demonstrated in this World Cup, I believe they deserve to be one of the favorites, to be included in the group of the favorites. We have to be ourselves. We have to do our best, as we have done so far in each game. We have to play our best match, and if we do that, we have chances of winning. And we must not be satisfied only with reaching the quarterfinals. We know that there is a great match ahead of us, a strong opponent ahead of us. We have our own strength. We have faith in ourselves, and that's how we will perform tomorrow. Good afternoon to all of you. Edin from the Croatian television. Head coach, can you say how satisfied you are with the preparations for the match ahead of us? Are all of them prepared? Is Sosa healthy to play and prepared to play? And will you be making any changes in the team? And Luka, a question to you. In the Russia World Cup, we saw the FIFA movie. You had the young players versus the old players in the tournament, and the young players won there in the previous World Cup. Is this a distinction we're still drawing, and who is now winning? Head coach, good afternoon to all. I would like to explain something. A statement I gave about skating in the Croatian media. I would like to apologize if someone was offended. I did not want to offend anyone doing ice skating, and this is a very difficult sport. The impression is very important, the aesthetics is very important, and I drew a comparison between ice skating and football, saying that in football, what people think of the aesthetics is not important, and of their impressions are not important, but the result is important. I would like to apologize if someone got offended by this comparison I drew and the statement I gave. We will have a more serious training today. This next match is ahead of us, and it came way too fast. It's important to recover after the Japan game and the extra time. Sosa has been training with us. He will be training today, and there will be not many changes. As Luka said, we had a great success by coming to the quarterfinals. This is great for us, for our new national team, for Croatia. We now have as our opponent one of the greatest favorites at the World Cup. So let us be fair, let's start fighting, and we'll be fair and square, and I hope we can reach a result. I believe Brazil is a difficult opponent. Yes, the distinction between older players and young players exists, but this time the older ones are winning. We had one draw, but in most of the games we have won, so the winnings are on our side. The wins are on our side.
The photographers to put down their cameras and leave the room, please. Thank you. Go, please.
Dobar dan. Krešimir Gotlin, Hrvatski radio.
Good afternoon, Krešimir Gotlin from the Croatian Radio Television. First of all, I would like to greet the runners-up at the previous World Cup and the participants in the Final Four of the League of Nations, and I would like to congratulate them on reaching the quarterfinals. A question for Luka Modric. The FIFA president is praising the excitement of the World Cup and the atmosphere. You're also human, so do you feel the excitement that he's speaking of, or is this just another World Cup? And for the head coach, are you okay? You sound tired and you have a strange voice. Are you tired, exhausted? I think that as far as the organization of the World Cup and the atmosphere in the stadiums, it is all great. We feel great. We're enjoying the World Cup. I believe this is a very good organization of the World Cup. We are not traveling around a lot, which is a plus. I have no comments and nothing bad to say about the stadiums, the organizational the organization and the environment around the World Cup.
Can you please ask your question in English?
Is it French?
No, we don't have French translation. You have English, Portuguese, or Croatian. If you cannot speak one of the languages, please give the floor to PC here.
Hi, everybody. English question for Luka Modric. I am Rodrigo Oliveira, Radio Gaúcha from Brazil. Vinicius Junior yesterday praised you a lot and said he learned a lot from you in Real Madrid, including some plays. How do you react to these praises, and could your knowledge about Vinicius Junior and Casemiro help Croatia to neutralize Brazil?
Pa definitivno da je lijepo čuti kad Vini tako priča lijepo.
It's very nice to hear Vinicius praising me and complimenting me. He's a great guy and we have a very strong relationship. He's incredibly fit. He's great progress since he joined Real Madrid. He has been demonstrating this in the Real Madrid surroundings and games, and also this World Cup. We have a difficult task tomorrow to try to stop him. Of course, that I will give some advice to my playmates, teammates. They all know his qualities. So if I can help them by giving him a tip here and there to make his job more difficult or to try to neutralize Vinicius, I will try to do that. I'll give them few words of advice. We are here, each of us, representing our countries, fighting for countries, and that's it. Greetings, good afternoon. A question for the head coach and for Luka. Luka, this is the 12th match, your 12th match in the World Cups under ZLATKO DALIC. 11 of those matches were more than successful. You have just one defeat in the finals of the previous World Cup against France. Can you draw a comparison between this match that we have coming up tomorrow with the matches you played, the 11+1 you played? And what do you think the outcome of these matches might be? I believe that the match ahead of us will be the most demanding one. I can compare it to the final match against France in the previous World Cup. Brazil is a great opponent, very strong opponent, and a great challenge for us. Yes, we had 11 matches in a row, and we lost the 12th one with the French, and I can draw comparisons and analogies between this quarterfinals match and the match in the previous World Cup. And I wish it came a bit later. I wish such a difficult match waited for us a bit later. But Life is such, I shall repeat, Croatia is a small country. After reaching success in two World Cups, we can claim that we are one of the rare teams that managed to come to this stage. Our ambitions will not rest there, and we'll try to get to win tomorrow. I agree with the head coach. I would draw an analogy between tomorrow's match and the final match in the previous World Cup. This is the quarterfinals, and that was the finals. So this is it.
Daily Telegraph. To Coach Dalic, the way that the Brazilian players celebrate, is that respectful to opponents? And would you dance with your players if they scored a goal?
They have their own way. They celebrate how they know, how they are actually festive. They are showing unity. They are demonstrating their character and their tradition, and it's their right. Does that mean that is that a respect or a disrespect towards the opponent? I cannot say. I would not like to see my players celebrate like that. But they're a different culture. They like to dance, and it's nice, looking at them. It's even nice.
Fernando Valleca de Barros, I'm freelancer. I have a question to Mr. Dalic and also for Luka Modric. To Mr. Dalic, you have trained Croatia in 2 World Cups, and you get a good renewal of players in this cup. In your opinion, this team for the 2022 is stronger than the team for 2018? And for Luka Modric, you already played against Brazil several times, and you have faced the Brazilian players. What is the keys for a game with 2 midfields that are very creative and know to play football very well? Thank you very much.
This is a new national team. We have 18 new players who were not here in the previous World Cup 4 years ago. We cannot draw comparison. I have underlined that in 2018 we had a national team who was playing for 10 years in a row. And they were playing in the best of leagues, in the best of clubs. And this is not the situation with our current national team. We need time to develop and mature. I believe that our success at this World Cup to be among the 8 best in the world is tremendous. But they have the remaining 6 players like Luka, like Perisic, like Brozovic, like Lovren and like Vida. They 18 new are continuing with these 6 old ones. We shall not draw comparisons. Our new national team has yet to prove itself, and I do believe that the World Cup is a great opportunity for that. We have high quality players, but when it comes to the club play, I believe that in 2018 we had a more prestigious team. Yes, we have faced off Brazil on several occasions. Unfortunately, we have yet not won against them. I really hope that this can change and will change the tradition tomorrow. And Brazil has phenomenal players in the midfield, in the defense, and in the attack, in the forward. So they're all great, and we'll have to adopt an aggressive attitude tomorrow. We'll have to be play high tempo. We must keep them under control. We must try to sustain them. So if we have to be very strong and very aggressive and assertive, and not let them off our side.
No, please. Either English, Portuguese, or Croatian.
He is the boss.
Okay. Thank you for football in 22.
Thank you.
And sorry, my English.
Let's go ahead.
Sorry, perdón, Luca. ¿Qué piensas de las selecciones sudamericanas, Brasil y Argentina? Sorry.
What do you think about South American national teams?
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Pa to su jedne od dvije najboljih svjetskih.
These are two of the best teams in the world. They have great players, top-notch players who have been playing in the best of leagues and clubs, and I enjoy playing against them. I enjoy watching them, and we have an opportunity to face off a great team such as Brazil tomorrow. We've played against Argentina in the past and against Brazil. It's like it's a pure pleasure looking at them, and this is all that one can wish for, to play against them. They are really top-notch, I reiterate.
Cameroon football. The question will be in English. Mr. Luka Modric, Cameroon is the only nation against Brazil in this competition. Have you watched the game, and what can you learn about that game to face Brazil tomorrow?
Nisam imao priliku gledati tu utakmicu protiv Kameruna, ali
I did not watch the Cameroon-Brazil match. They changed a lot in the match. They were not playing with the A team, but they are so strong that they can have two A teams, and this, maybe the choice of players should be taken as an indicator that this is a team against whom we can win as well.
Luka Modric,
my question is in Arabic. My question goes to you, Mr. Modric. You have went to the shootout, actually, and played 2 extra times. How would you deal with that if it repeats itself tomorrow? And do you think that Brazil is superior to you in terms of fitness and perseverance?
We shall see. Each match is unique in its own right. We have proven a mental strength and a certain consistency in the extra time and in the penalty shootouts, if it comes to that. Our last match gave us self-confidence to know we can do it again. Each match is individual and special. We'll see if there's going to be extra time tomorrow and penalty shootouts. We're prepared for everything. That's the most important thing. Greetings to the head coach Ante Luka, Sir Lukic from Nova TV. Mr. Dalic, tomorrow we have Brazil, Neymar is playing there, and we had Argentina 4 years ago with Messi. Can you compare the two matches through the prism of their greatest football stars? How you took care of Messi? Would you be trying to keep an eye on Neymar tomorrow? And Luka, you're one of the, actually the only player in 2006-2014 World Cups, and our generation back then did not know how valuable it was, how capable it is. And Brazil is a great favorite. Is that like an underestimation of Croatia? These are two very similar matches. The Argentina match was in the group stage and it was not decisive. This is the knockout stage. It's going to be a different match. We must apply to keep an eye on Neymar, and of course I think that Neymar has greater support from the players in his own team than Messi had from 4 years ago. Looking at the statistics as to who is the greatest favorite, we are not focused on that. We focus on our performance. Of course, Brazil is the favorite. That's understood. If Argentina, Brazil, Spain, those great national teams play, the statistics and the art in the statistics on their side, but practice has proven that favorites can also lose. So we are not worried about the statistics. We appreciate every national team and their qualities, but we also have self-confidence. We know how capable we are, and that's the approach we'll take. Greetings to Luka and the head coach. Have you watched the Brazil-Serbia match and what it is that you must not do in the match tomorrow? Have you learned some lessons from the Serbian defeat? And the coach said that the same person would be in charge of the knockout stage of Croatia and Serbia.
Yeah, we watched this match, and I think it was a very good match to watch. And I think the Serbia played quite well, but they went into a trap when they become nervous. And some decisions that were made, perhaps, and situations that were not to their advantage, and then they started getting nervous. And until Brazil scored, this match was an equal one, basically. And after that, Serbia could no longer keep up with the rhythm, and this is when they started dropping in the second half. And this is something that we should not do and allow ourselves to do, and to get nervous, basically, and start panicking and start get into conflict with ourselves. And we need to do our best and wait for the best opportunity and to open up better during the matches. And I believe, and this is exactly what Serbia was doing, and I think it was quite good until the actual moment that they started getting nervous, basically. Everything was pretty said by the head coach. I have to just support it.
Francisco Canepa for ESPN, my good friend. Bueno, primero te admiro, lo sabes, I admire you, but I want to ask you if you are thinking this World Cup as your last World Cup. Regarding, I know that we talked several.
The question is being asked in Spanish, and we do not have Spanish interpretation for this press conference. Our apologies.
The next World Cup is in 4 years. I hope you play. And when you were young, you had this technique to stretch yourself, because you were little for some people. And if you have any way to make yourself younger, not to get older and not retire. Thank you very much.
Pa jedino ti mogu ponoviti što sam rekao zadnji put, da stvarno ne razmišljam.
I can only repeat what I said last time. I'm not focused so much on the future. I'll see how long I can play for the national team. And I'm 100% focused on what's ahead of us on the World Cup, and we'll have time to reflect on the future. Unfortunately, I don't have a tactic to share as to the rejuvenation, as the stretching exercises I did. If you have a secret to share with me, a recipe on how to remain young, come to me.
Em português. Cosme Rimoli do Portal R7. O treinador e
I'm from Portal R7. My question goes for the player and the coach. You are one of the most skillful players. You have won the world best players. And I asked Brazilian head coach about the rhythm of the game. It seems that Croatia has a slower rhythm. They pass the ball more often, and Brazil works based on more speed. And I'd like to know from you if that will be one of the key for the game tomorrow.
Pa dobro, mi igramo nogomet kakav igramo.
We'll play the football that we play.
dobro, nekad manje dobro, ali
sometimes it's better, other times it's not so good, but we will do our best. We spare no effort to represent our country in the best possible way and achieve the best possible result, and we shall see. We'll see Croatia tomorrow and Croatia's performance, and what can Brazil expect of us? I can only say we are prepared. We'll do our best, and I believe big things are possible. The only prerequisite there is that we give our best.
Dobar dan, Luka. Dobar dan, selektore Daliću.
Good afternoon to Luka and to the head coach. I come from Al Jazeera Balkans. Head coach, you said that you did not have a lot of time at your hands to analyze the Brazil and the Brazilian national team, but one of their strengths is the direct attack. They come behind one's back with long balls, and how do you plan to defend yourself against that? I shall repeat, I believe that Brazil is the fastest and the best national team at this World Cup. They play a versatile style of football, and they are a danger from any side. Neymar and Vinicius and all of them, and they are really using different versatile tactics, and this is an extra danger. We must not leave them too much space. If we play wide, we'll have great problems. So we know that, that's for sure. But on the other hand, we know that when they lose the ball, they have high pressing, and if they do not take control of the ball in the next couple of seconds, then they have problems as well. So we'll try to take that into account. We must be present on the left and the right side. We must keep this connection. We must not our concentration must not fail us. And if they manage to get the ball, then it would be very difficult for them to stop them.
I have two
questions. Must retain possession of the ball.
Mr. Luka. I'm Abdullah Albini from Al Jazeera Media Network. My first question to Mr. Dalic about the substitution of Modric during the last match. It seems it was early because the extra time and the penalties were looming. So why you decided to take Modric out at that match? And second question for Mr. Luka. I feel that I have a special relation with you because every day during taking my coffee, your picture, massive picture, facing my house here in Doha. So my question to you is, now you are playing against most of your team, Real Madrid, and of course you know their tactics and the plans. So of course you will give advices for your players. So can you tell us about this feeling first, playing against your players, friends? Thank you.
Coach? Pa nije bilo rano, bila je 100. minuta.
This was not early, it was the 100th minute when I took Luka out. I did not make this decision on my own. Luka and I discussed and consulted each other, and this was a difficult match, you know, against Japan, and they ran long distances. We also had to run long distances, and in the last 15 minutes we had to make a change. I had to substitute him, and the approach turned out to be effective, and Luka will have a place in our team for as long as he can play, but we also have to take care of him, you know, we have to watch over him, and this is only normal. He rested more now, and he'll be more prepared for tomorrow.
Veselim se stvarno šta ću ih vidjeti
Yes, I'm happy to see them all, my former co-players and some that I also still play with, and I'm really looking forward to it. And to be playing against them as well. But tomorrow we're friends, and we can still be friends after the match, but at the pitch, it's a different story. Everybody fighting for their own country and focusing on themselves. So I will try and do my best, just like my team will. I have no doubt about it. And to try and to go one step further.
Karim Makhni, Diwan FM from Tunisia. I will ask in Arabic. To the coach Dalic, the first question, I would like to know that tomorrow playing against Brazil, which is one of the best teams and probably the favorite to win the World Cup, is this something that is an incentive to you and to your players? Since you are an outsider, an underdog, that you're going in and you're in it to win it, and if not, then you will be beat by the world's best, Brazil, and there is no shame in being beaten by Brazil. And my question to Luka Modric, Luka, 2018, everyone was saying that the strength of the Croatian squad is in the middle. Luka Modric and Rakitic, the ex-player who is not playing anymore in your squad. And now Rakitic is not there anymore. Is this something that gives you more responsibility? Do you feel more stress in order to motivate your teammates since you're the captain? Is it all up to you now to support everyone and to watch out for them? And especially that we see the same scenario now from 2018. Thank you.
There is no better motive than playing in the quarterfinals against Brazil, you know, and I believe that anyone could only dream of such games. We know what Brazil means in the football world, and I agree with you. We don't have a lot to lose. We must fight them. We must be a dignified opponent tomorrow. We must give our best. And I shall repeat, Croatia is one of the 8 best in the world. That's great success. And we want to do more. If we manage to do so, it would be spectacular. It would be better if these were the finals, but you know, life's such. Yes, now the responsibility might be bigger. I've always bore that responsibility. Even we don't have even Rakitic today, but we keep contacts with him. We have Matteo. Matteo is playing great, and he has filled in Rakitic's shoes, and I believe that this team is good. Maybe not as good as the Russian team, but we have a great team. I think we demonstrated that in the previous matches at the World Cup.
Luka here, Federico Calderon, Tigo Sports. It's a pleasure. My question is for Luka. Luka, how do you explain that a country like Croatia, that has a population of less than 4 million, has such a better soccer players and better than another countries that has a bigger or larger population? Thank you.
I believe that Croatia, generally speaking, in sports, not only in the football arena, but in other sports as well, we are a highly talented nation, and we have really great players, top-notch players. In the football arena, this has always been the case. We've had talented players on the pitch, and people recognize Croatia by the composition of the football teams and the players which come from Croatia. No explanation needed. We love sport and we are a talented nation. And I believe that the football schools are quite good, and they work with children, trying to train them. They're doing a great job. I believe that we are a talented nation, you know. It's quite difficult for me to offer an explanation for this.